somebody else who's out of the NFL temporarily, if not indefinitely and forevermore, is our guy Eric Bieniemy. He is going to be the assistant head coach and offensive coordinator at UCLA. Something of a homecoming for him. Worked there, spent a lot of time in his life in Los Angeles, and I know I speak for you when we're just disappointed, frustrated, exasperated, whatever you want to call it, when a guy who not that long ago was an integral part of the reigning dynasty in the NFL in Kansas City, who Patrick Mahomes has spoken highly of, who everybody in the Chiefs organization credits with helping to establish the culture in Kansas City. When that guy we've gone from like, hey, he's not a head coach in the NFL to he's not a head coach in college. He's an offensive coordinator and assistant head coach in college. So I wish him the best. We've talked ad nauseum about how unfair this is, how Eric Bieniemy has become the face of this issue in the NFL when it comes to black coaches. It feels like his ship may have sailed, but what I love about this, and here's all I got to say about it today, because I can't say anything different than I've already said over the last 20 years when it comes to this issue, or the last several years specifically when it comes to Eric Bieniemy. Even though it feels like his ship has sailed when it comes to being a head coach in the NFL, I love the way he is still the captain of his soul. I love what he had to say about it, and he is not looking at this as some indictment or some shortcoming of him and something that he's not bringing to the table. He is clearly at peace with this move, and he is more concerned about molding men than what his reputation, or molding younger men in this case, than what his reputation may or may not be in NFL circles as it relates to a head coaching job. I'm happy for him because he's happy. He knows that he is right where he's supposed to be, that what's for him is for him, and that he has an opportunity that he's going to seize because it's where he wants to be, as opposed to, well, I got to settle for going back to college because the NFL thinks I'm not good enough. He seems unbroken and unbowed by this, what we would perceive on the outside as a step backward. He doesn't seem to take it that way, and I appreciate that, respect that, and I'm inspired by that.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Yes. You think about Eric Bieniemy and his story in the NFL. It's wild to me that Bieniemy, and it's not just him either. I'm going to talk about him specifically in a second, but I remember, talking to some people in Boston when the Patriots were looking for an offensive coordinator. They eventually, found one in Alex Van Pelt, so good for them. Gerard Mayo is happy with that. But as they were looking for an offensive coordinator, I said, there are offensive coordinators out there who have won Super Bowls in this century, in the last 10 years, that nobody's talking about. So Eric Bieniemy has been an offensive coordinator for a Super Bowl winning team. Byron Leftwich has been an offensive coordinator for a Super Bowl winning team. They're not all black either, by the way, but these are two of them. Jim Caldwell, another black man, offensive coordinator for a Super Bowl winning team in 2012. And then you add in Frank Reich, Darrell Bevell. I know, okay, maybe you're not excited about Darrell Bevell for calling the pass when he could have just called a run for Marshawn Lynch. But there are some guys out there who deserve opportunities, and the NFL has just looked like they're looking for their car. Oh, I see you right there. I look. No. I'm looking for somebody else. I'm right here, and you're looking through me. You're looking over me. You're underestimating me. So that's the story for a lot of people. But for Eric Bieniemy, clearly, when you are with the franchise of right now, the Kansas City Chiefs, and you have to leave for a better opportunity, you go to Washington for a year, and then that doesn't work out, and you wind up in college. That's not a great look. But for this guy,
can you think of a precedent?
It is. Is there a precedent for that?
Well, I'm saying so with the Patriots dynasty, their predecessor, like with the Patriots dynasty, or before that, the 49ers dynasty, or the Cowboys dynasty, or even though they weren't a dynasty, I think of Mike Holmgren's Green Bay Packers staff. It's like anybody who touches the hem of a goat's garment.
They're not going down. All of them. Okay, you mentioned, Butch Davis was there with Jimmy. Butch Davis became a head coach in college, became a head coach in the pros. Norv Turner became a head coach in the pros after being with Jimmy Johnson. Charlie Weiss, head coach in college several times, got back to the pros as a coordinator. So you know what? Josh McDaniels, head coach a couple of times.
People fall over themselves just to get a piece of this, you know?
Yeah, but usually it goes the other way. But I'll say this for UCLA. I'm happy that he is there. Happy for Bieniemy, because that's a historic place. The UCLA of Jackie Robinson, the UCLA of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or Lou Alcindor at that point. And now the UCLA of Martin Germain. I talked to you about Martin a couple of weeks ago. We were having a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, Martin was Germain, the athletic director, was here in Boston at Boston College, and then became the first black athletic director at UCLA in their history. So he's there, and he brought in Deshaun Foster as their head coach. And you see Foster's press conference when he was just being introduced, and he was talking about what this opportunity means to him and just being a part of the UCLA tradition. He was very emotional about it. And Germain had a great comment, and I don't think he minds me sharing this part, because I said I was happy for you. Look what you're doing at UCLA. He said, we all deserve an opportunity. Talking about Foster. So he's got the opportunity. And what an opportunity, as you said, for those young men to have Eric Bieniemy coach them, teach them, mentor them, challenge them, because he's not an easy coach to play for, but he makes you better. So I know the NFL missed out, but UCLA is getting something special. I think something special is going to happen at UCLA. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.